The Wild Atlantic Way is the longest coastal road in the world, stretching over 1,600 miles and passing along the west coast of Ireland. You'll see powerful oceans, towering cliffs, ancient monuments, stunning countryside and beaches, all nestled between some fabulous villages. Not to mention the food, music, and above all, the people. To do it justice, you'll need months. We've got just a week to do a small section. We are heading on the drive from Doolin towards Galway. We're probably not going to get as far as that if yesterday's anything to go by, but we are heading towards more of the Burren first of all. Going to have a look at that, and then Fanor Beach. So we'll see you when we get there. Some beautiful flowers around here. Lots of little alpines that have come from all over the place, just growing in all the cracks. The sea is amazing. Fabulous waves. I can see why all the surfers come here. Believe it or not, it's predicted to be 20 degrees and sunny today. Looking back at that cloud, I'm suspecting that's not going to be the case. Burren, at first glance, looks like a barren landscape, but the wide limestone pavement has been scraped clean by moving ice sheets, and the blocks of limestone, known as clints, are separated by fissures known as grikes. Well, we just went from peaceful wilderness to thousands of people turning up. The easy stops get very busy very quickly, especially in July. We are somewhere on the road between Fanor Beach and Ballyvaughan Pier. Tide's out. Lots of seaweed. It looks like good otter land to me. This is probably it, is it?
This is it.
This is Ballyvaughan Pier. We were literally around the corner from it. And it looks like there's a pub there or something. So, and there's the next sign where those people are. Just so clear. It looks like sand with seaweed on, but it is actually water. Whoop. Birds are catching something. Smack bang in the middle, there's a heron standing perfectly still. This is Kinvara, apparently. Quite a lot of cafes and restaurants are closed on a Tuesday, we've discovered. Dunguire Castle was built by the O'Haines clan in the picturesque town of Kinvara in approximately 1520. It overlooks Galway Bay, and it is open to the public, but not on a Tuesday. Some traditional Irish thatched cottages, very pretty. Not only has the sun not come out, but quite a lot of things we've tried to do have been shut. But anyway, the problem with the Wild Atlantic Way is you end up driving from place to place to place to place to place and not really stopping to do anything. I think it's worth planning to go to a place and explore thoroughly. We're probably trying to cram too many things in at once. Right, while we were at Fennor Beach, I picked up this map, and it's all of the Burren basically. So we're gonna get off the Wild Atlantic Way now, and we're at Kinvara and Dunguire Castle, which was shut. And we're heading down this road now, if you can see that, down towards the Burren National Park Visitors Centre. And there are some monoliths and things. These are burial sites apparently, but all this is part of the Burren. So we're going to head down there and then cut across back towards Doolin. So that's the plan for now. These metal arches are part of the Discovery Trail, and it tells you a little bit about each one. When you find an arch like this, it tells you a bit about stuff. This part of the Burren has its local saint, St Colman MacDowell. Later, monasteries were built to honour him, and monks wrote down story of miracles performed by him. And this is the Discovery Trail. So that's the Wild Atlantic Way, and this is the Discovery Trail, all on the Burren. Kilmacdowell Leaning Round Tower is Ireland's tallest tower, standing at over 30 metres, and it sits within the 7th century monastery founded by St Colman MacDowell. Round towers are believed to have been used as bell towers, and this one, as you can see, has a noticeable lean, over half a metre from the vertical. The only doorway is some 7 metres above ground level. It's believed that the tower was used by the monks in times of crisis when they were under attack, and they may very well have just used ladders which they pulled up once they were inside. We're just debating on how you would have got into the round towers. We think that maybe that opening there would have been the doorway. So there was either at some point wooden stairs maybe, or maybe a tunnel in from, or a bridge from the main building. But there's definitely windows all the way up, and that one looks bigger, like an actual doorway. So yeah, interesting. There's nothing at ground level anyway that's visible. And it doesn't look like anything's been filled in. Right, next stop on the Discovery Trail is Lough Bunny. Lough Bunny is a rare and special lake. It sits in an area of conservation. The backdrop to the lake is one of the most beautiful in the Burren, offering views of Mullaghmore Mountain with its dramatic folded shape, which was created by colliding tectonic plates millions of years ago. One striking thing is the lack of plant life, and the reason for this is that the water has high levels of dissolved bicarbonate. Dolin is a sacred ancient burial site, and it's comprised of 3 large stones that have overlooked the karst Burren landscape for over 6,000 years. And it's the second most visited location in the Burren after the Cliffs of Moher. It is the oldest megalithic monument in Ireland. There are believed to be remains of 33 people at the site, and carbon dating indicates that the tomb was in use for a period of over 600 years between 5,200 and 5,800 years ago. Morning all! It's our last day today at Nagles campsite near Doolin Pier on the Cliffs of Moher. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link somewhere on the screen for you to catch up. But yeah, so it's the last day, but we don't have to be out till 12. So we're going to have a walk over to the pier, have a look around where the boats sort of leave to go and either do a tour of the cliffs or to the main islands of Arran. And also, I'll show you around the campsite. I haven't really shown you much. It is massive. There's loads of spaces. And when you do check in, there's a barrier. And you go to check in, give all your registration number and everything. And once you've done that, somebody on a bicycle comes along and takes you to your allocated pitch. So we did book a pitch with awning, which we haven't actually put up because the weather's been so appalling. But we did sort of, with an overhang on the back, managed to get the car in front, because they were saying at one point that we might have to park in the car park, but that you have to pay for. So we managed to squeeze it on. But yeah, the campsite's good. It's fairly open because you're on the cliffs basically. Perfect views of the cliffs when the weather's nice. Yeah, so we're going to take you out. But first of all, I think I need to change my outfit because I put on t-shirt and cardi thinking that'll be warm enough because the weather forecast was looking quite optimistic. But no, it's a bit chilly. I've just been out to the bins and it's blowing a bit of a cold wind. So I'm going to do a quick change, have a cup of tea and head on over to the pier. Speak to you later. So this is the entrance to the campsite. Sorry if it's blowing a hoolie. And we're parked over there. When you arrive, someone on a bicycle takes you to your pitch. It's quite a big site. I don't know how many pitches it has. These ones on this side are non-awning. We said we were going to put our awning up, but it actually rained the whole time, so we didn't bother getting it wet. There is a shop in reception. There's Rocket House. It's a little cafe and sells pop and things like that. And over there are the seaweed barrels that I think we saw when we came on the first day. So you can sit in a seaweed tub and look at the sea. And if you can see that there's a little walkway and a little pool, so when the tide goes out more, is left with a little swimming pool. Some crazy person is actually swimming in the sea there. Obviously like a cool swim. People queuing up, waiting for the boats. First ferry over to the island. You can do a Cliffs of Moher tour from here as well and look at the cliffs from the sea, which would have been quite interesting. It's a little bit flatter than it was the first day we arrived. Doolin Pier information board. Home of Irish traditional music. We went to a restaurant last night called Russell's, which was very good. We just dropped in without an appointment. Without a booking, should I say. We went early thinking we'd be okay, but it was packed because quite a lot of places are closed on a Tuesday. Any that are open tend to be really full, so it's worth booking. But food was amazing. And they have live music every night from 8:30. So here is the Doolin Pier sign. The Cliffs of Moher there. In the distance, I think you can see the Hag's Head, I'm not sure. Where that little tower is on the peninsula, that's where the visitor centre is. It's quite a big area, about 9 miles long, I think. See mist coming up there where it's splashing against the rocks. Get some big waves around here. It is the Atlantic Ocean after all. Good for surfing. If you're into surfing, great areas. Not here, obviously it's a bit dangerous, but the beaches we saw in the last couple of days had lots of surfers. And you can hire equipment as well, which is great. But the ship's coming out now. See how bouncy it is. Yeah, I don't think I'd manage that. Going round Crab Island, straight to the first of the Aran Islands. Bit more of the Burren here. The whole area around here and everywhere we went yesterday is part of the Burren. It covers a huge area. Just in that short time we walked over to the ferry and back, the tide has gone out enough for you to see the swimming pool a bit more. Please may I have a cappuccino? Yeah. Oh, lovely coffee from the shop. Right, we can head back to the van. Right, we're back to the van. Got our coffee, we're going to drink that and then we're going to pack up. We've got to obviously unhook and empty the wastewater and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this part of the video. We are heading on over to Clifton today and that'll be in next week's video. So please do join us then. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not hit that subscribe button and ding that bell for future notifications so that you don't miss any of Bella's big adventures.